her like playing in the water at the beach, and that was the announcement that the baby's here. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck that means, man. This is the first time we've never seen a fucking real pregnant picture of somebody who the media stalks. Like, could you imagine if you had like a real picture of Kylie being pregnant? Like, TMZ would probably drop 100,000 on you. That's how they rock. Somebody said play some snippets. Somebody said fight Zeus and Blue. Who's Blue? No disrespect intended. I don't know. Who's Zeus? I believe he's a YouTuber. 6ix9ine got his gangster tested. Be like that. Be like that. Well, I'm in a situation with 6ix9ine is a little bit more complicated than that. 6ix9ine went to Minnesota. By the way, he's still in Minnesota. So, I told that nigga, I said, I ain't gonna lie. He was talking a little reckless about Minnesota. He might want to get out of town, but you know what I mean? He's I think he's hard-headed, man. I try to give people advice. It is what it is. So he's performing tonight in Minnesota again after he said, like I was on like my Instagram live streaming, he said he runs the city and all that. Hella niggas from Minnesota. I didn't even know Minnesota had that much goons. Every nigga who had a pistol in Minnesota sent me their pistol and saying, I'm pulling up to check this nigga. Of course, I told him, I'm like, Minnesota niggas ain't happy with you, but he don't give a fuck. So we'll see what happened there. If you're wondering what happened with that story with him and like the club, it's simple shit, man. And again, I know some of y'all might be like, yeah, yo, you're close to Tekashi, you're going to be biased. It's not what it is. And I'm waiting for the promoters to send me paperwork, but I've seen the flyer for the club, and I'm privy to some information because I do talk to them, right? Simply put, this is what happened in Minnesota. The nigga, if you want to book Tekashi69 right now, he's charging $40,000 to $50,000. Okay, 40 if like it's a favorable situation, you're gonna be around the area, like you have to move too many people around. 50 if you just really want to book him. Unfortunately, well, I don't want to say unfortunate, so I'm glad he's getting his money. When you got 3 songs on the Billboard charts, you go from like, I'm telling you, like a month ago he was getting 15,000, but now he's getting 50,000. That's just how rap goes. Your shit's hot, niggas want you. So he could pull in 40 to 50,000. The dudes in Minnesota, they book him, supposedly it was going to be for like 25. He's telling me he only left with 19. That's just the fact. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Yeah, so he's telling me he only left with 19,000, right? This is the same game a lot of promoters play. And again, I don't want to really go in on the promoters because I want them to send me paperwork. We've seen it with Young M.A. We've seen it with Bobby Shmurda. We've seen it with Cardi B. When newer acts start coming up, these mid-level places, because you got to imagine, like, for established artists, like, fuck a club, nigga. You're just going to go on tour. But for a nigga who just got a couple songs and, like, your tour ain't even set up yet, you ain't put out a project yet, you're doing these club joints. Now, if you tell me you're going to charge $40,000 or $50,000, they're like, what the fuck? We just want you to be in the club that we could throw you in the flyer. We still going to charge these niggas. But this is where it happens. And I saw it with Cardi B because Cardi B had to come clear it up. I think Cardi B had a situation like that where she cussed out the promoters and she performed one song and she said, I wasn't paid to perform. But I know my fans are in here and I'm not going to let y'all down. I was paid to show up, just dance around, grab a mic, like kind of get y'all hype and dip. Now, for y'all might think, well, if you're there, why not perform? It's all about establishing your worth, okay? If you really should be getting 50,000 or 45,000 to get booked, and niggas could book you for 20,000 because you're gonna just appear and just host or do a walkthrough, as they call it, and they still get a concert, no one will ever pay the 45,000. It'll never happen. Everyone will book you for the 25 and get the whole show. So oftentimes we see entertainers, they got to take a stand like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm not going to perform. That's just what it is. From what I'm hearing, there was a little situation. There was a fight in the club. By the way, Minnesota got some bad bitches. Every bad chick that was at the club hit me up with like the version of what went on. So what happened is all them chicks, or not all them chicks, but Tekashi's in the club. He's not going to perform, right? The crowd think he is going to perform because, of course, on the flyer, the promoters is not going to get people to pay $40, $50 to come to a club to watch a nigga just sit there with his orange, yellow, and green hair. So the promoter tells the fans he's going to perform. His contract doesn't say he's going to perform. He's going to do a walkthrough, get some bottles, make a little scene, hype it up, get his money and dip. So Anyway, the crowd's waiting for a performance. It never happens. I do hear people got close to him. I think somebody tried to get his chain. That didn't happen, and a fight erupted all in the place. He left out, and of course, I keep telling y'all, it does seem fun to clown a nigga, but the nigga's rolling around with 20, 30 people. So, you know what I mean? Like, I even told him this today. I was like, because he said, yo, you keep saying on YouTube, the niggas behind me are gangster. You never like say I'm gangster. I'm like, yeah, because the niggas behind you is the ones doing the work. like shit. The video y'all saw, Tekashi was sitting in a car. Like, it was weird because the guy who's backing up looks like Tekashi, but that's not him really. Tekashi's sitting in a car. Like, and I think some of the Minnesota people have cleared it up. Like, he was sitting in a car and all his dudes is out there like scrapping. You feel me? That's a beautiful life. You know what I mean? You the gangster, but you just kicking in the car. And by the way, you should. You know what I mean? You're worth too much. You're worth way too much. You're worth way too much to be out there really scrapping. So his team is out there doing all that dirty work shit. Regardless, that's the story. I'm waiting for the promoters. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that. I did hear the Gummo remix. I'm going to stop talking about Tekashi in a second. Don't worry. I heard the Gummo remix. Offset's on it. Somebody else is on it. Guess who that is? Other than that,